All right, I think we are up and running. Let me check this. All right. So today it's a very special episode. This is just Ruben and I. We're talking chiropractic today, and it's such a pleasure. I had a chance to spend time with my good friend here, Ruben Jimenez, down in Ecatepec, and you are coming in from the beautiful city of Toluca today, right?
Yeah, I'm practicing right now in Toluca, Mexico. I start to this practice in June of this year. I'm moving back to the TJ because I was working together with Abraham in Abraham Talledos in TJ, and then with this pandemic process that we are living on in this moment, I have to go to Mexico, and I decided to start this practice here in Mexico, in Toluca, with Carlos Gutierrez.
Yeah, and when I was down in Mexico this couple weekends ago. We were doing interviews from there, but the situation was so busy. So I
Yeah,
was like, hey, I don't think that we can get another interview in today. So let's get you on to one of the Facebook Live interviews from when I'm back in Colorado, and then you're back in Toluca. So I just want to really welcome you to the show today, also.
thank you, Jim. Well, 2 weeks ago we have a great event, and we have the result of the big work for Omar Lefranc, and in this situation of the pandemic that we are living right now, it's very hard to try to concrete this kind of events and presidential events. So I have to uh, say thank you to Omar Lefranc to continue. Um, you know, because I know that he have a big problem. Maybe we try to make this year, but he wants to do it, and this is a great work that we did the 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, from my perspective, it takes a big vision to be able to bring on an event, especially with such restrictions on everyone. So
Yeah,
I think everybody that came out for the event was they were able to see some amazing speakers. They were able to spend some time together. Maybe share with us some of your takeaways and somebody or two people or so that you saw on stage that really inspired you.
yeah. Well, we have a lot of conference there, but I really can see that all the people are trying to make a good day in this event because um, I remember the last year when we had around 300 persons in the first big idea that we are together the last year, but the atmosphere in this event was amazing.
Yeah, and I know that you said that you really enjoyed seeing Aaron Burt. He came all the way over from Spain. Maybe talk about your experience of being able to connect with him.
Well, when the history about Aaron Burr and us is very special because when uh, when I start to find my new way for maybe for say something about that in philosophy chiropractic, I read the first book that Miguel Ibarra told me that I need to read. That is the uh, La Quiropráctica Desvelada. In Spanish, I don't know how to say this in English, but it's a book from Tobias Goncharov. So when Tobias Goncharov died, I put a picture in the IQUIRO community, and Dr. Aaron Burr see this in Barcelona, and he contact me for Messenger to say me thank you for that picture, and I didn't know that they are good friends. So in in this moment, we start a friendship, and we are talking about how is growing up the chiropractic here in Mexico, and we have a good connection about the IQUIRO community, and we start um, some seminars in online, to about the the philosophy there. So we know and we see that the community in IQUIRO really liked the Dr. Aaron Burr. So Omar talked with me and he said that if we can to invite him to come here to this year, and absolutely he said yes. So this is very special, this story to know, and we talk about how it works the universal intelligence now about this.
Yeah, seeing everybody together and seeing the impact that Dr. Aaron had on the community, he was basically my interpreter during the whole event
Yeah,
because he's originally from the States. He practices in Spain and he's bilingual. So he's such a dynamic force for the profession of chiropractic because he can very effectively speak Spanish and very effectively speak English. So it's really an honor to see how he can be a bridge for the profession down in Mexico. And he was able to translate my talk to the entire crowd. So it was really cool to see how he was able to interact, and a good job on connecting with him and bringing him over and getting him to be a featured speaker at this big idea in 2020. One of the things I was curious to talk to you about is you mentioned a couple times the IQUIRO. Maybe you could tell the world out there what IQUIRO is and what your role is in that organization.
okay, well, I can in the beginning start with just idea to share some phrases about the philosophy of chiropractic. When I try to maybe get back to the try to find a professional identity. That's the reason that I here start. So when I try to read again, the green books, some books about the philosophy, other doctors with successful practices, I try to share all the maybe the goal that I found in the books. So when I see that other people are in the same situation than me, then maybe we are the profession, we have maybe the better table adjusting, or maybe we have all the tools that you need to have your practice, but you don't have a successful practice. So I have a question that what maybe I am doing wrong. So when I start to share this, I see that all maybe other people are in the same situation than me. So that community growing up every month, and some people contact me about the where did you read that, or maybe what I need to do for have a successful practices and all that stuff. And I say, well, I don't know, I'm working on that, but if this can help you, so taking and sharing, and maybe this can make the difference. And then I have a group in the chiropractic group. Then in this time of pandemic, with the Dr. Aaron Burr, he said, and he put the name of the Enfoque 2020. And I remember that when I come back here to Mexico, maybe I have been in depression, because I don't know, maybe what gonna happen with my practice, with my life, with my chiropractic work. And maybe I have sure there in TJ, and I know if I will come back there or if I need to stay here. So the Dr. Aaron Burr pushed me to make something different there. So I start to make the seminars there, the lives, the Facebook lives there, and I have a good response about the people there. So when I start this, for example, this time, maybe in April or May, on May, we are around 400 people there. And when we finish in June, we are almost 2,000 chiropractors there. So we are chiropractors there in the group from Argentina, Chile, from Mexico, Spain. We have a lot of people that all around the world, and we start to make more Facebook Live and all the people send me a message about the topics that they want to have there. So in this time, we wanna start the second time there in the group to bring more chiropractors and chiropractors about the maybe the topics that the people want. So it's a community. It's a digital community that the the objective of this community is go stronger and further. Is try to share the chiropractic, tries to help to other chiropractors, and is maybe this for the Latin American community right now. But I know that all the people right there is about sharing with love about the chiropractic.
Well, I thank you so much for discussing the ICARO with our community today. I really believe that now more than ever, it's important to have community connection and build relationships with other people and give people a place to connect. I believe that human connection is something that we have to really pay attention to right now. And chiropractic is one of the professions that actually gives human connection with healing hands. And I think that what you're doing to bring people together is so necessary. So I just wanted to congratulate you for being able to start something that matters and to be able to get people involved on a level that you're doing. Before we go on, I just want to also say thank you to Miguel Guevara for joining us today. I want to thank Dean James Millward today for joining us. And I also want to thank Alex Ben-Hur for joining us today. It's great to have a community with us as well here with Cairo Hustle. And I know that with your upstart with doing interviews down in Mexico and giving people good information and a network to be a part of, that's going to not only help strengthen the message of chiropractic, but it's going to make people feel more powerful being connected to a good source. So I also want to congratulate you for that. But one of the things that you talked about that got this whole thing started was philosophy. And I want to ask you, why is that part of chiropractic so important for not only the chiropractors, but also the world at large?
When I started with philosophy I started my practice in 2014, and I have a good practice around maybe it's not about the numbers of the patient, it's about that maybe you don't feel good or successful with the work that you are doing. So when I start with the philosophy, I try to understand the profession, to understand why I'm trying to do it with the people, because it's not about them move the bone. Is I see miracles in the consult that I can explain in my head, in my mind. So I know that I was a good student, but I don't all the time when I was student I say to the philosophy that I don't care and that's what doesn't work for me. But when I see the most successful chiropractors here in Mexico, all the practice is based in philosophy. I know that science and the art, but they have a clear point view about the philosophy and what is the chiropractic of that focus. So uh, I need to make an early sense in my mind that I need to, try to forget all that maybe I learned in the university and try to study. So I read the first that the definition of chiropractic, that is a philosophy, science, and art. So right there has where you have to start is the philosophy, then the science, and in definition maybe the art. Well, for me,
Well, as I've understood chiropractic, I think that philosophy is the heart of the profession
yeah.
and that you have to understand the heart. And when you understand the heart, you start to understand why it's important to take care of the other aspects of the profession. And There's the sacred trust that's in philosophy. There's the 33 principles, which is the philosophy. There's the green books, like you mentioned earlier, that if you read one page of a green book, you would have to study that one page for maybe 2 weeks to understand how deep that one page of a green book could take you. So I really believe that when you start talking about the books that are involved with chiropractic and the education that's involved with chiropractic, so many chiropractors get to where they are and they don't know why they're going to where they're going anymore because they've spent so much time becoming a doctor. And that's why what you're doing is bringing the community together based on the philosophy is so important, because so many people do get the technique, they do get the science, they do get the education, but what they forget along the way is maybe their big why. Why are they doing what they're doing? And I think that's why a lot of chiropractors, when they get out into practice, they're confused as to, well, how do I grow? How do I take care of more people? And as you mentioned, it's not about the numbers all the time or the people that you are able to adjust on a week. It's about how many lives are you impacting. And that's where the philosophy has to be deeper. But also, something else I know we're going to touch on today is marketing. And without marketing, you can be the most philosophical chiropractor in the world. But if you don't understand marketing, the practice won't grow. So maybe you can talk to me a little bit about some marketing and some strategies that you're focusing on right now.
Yeah. When I when I was there in TJ with Abraham, I understand that the marketing is a very important part of your practice. But how you say, if you don't have maybe the construction about your philosophy in your practice, maybe you can go to the better agency or marketing agency and try to pay for that. But if you don't have maybe the process there in your practice or maybe the philosophy that you need to grow up the practice, maybe uh, it's not a good idea to pay for a marketing or digital marketing. So I start to study in TJ online, a marketer digital and community manager. And right now I'm studying a mastery. I don't know how to say this about the digital marketing here in Mexico. And when I start to prove this, I make some campaigns there on Facebook ads in TJ and try to share this with other friends right here in Mexico, because I see that there is a few people doing this in Facebook here in Mexico. I see that this maybe is more usually there in the United States. So when I start here, I cannot believe the results. I cannot believe that I make a campaign in Facebook ads and I can receive 100 messages in a day about asking the what is the process, or how is the cost about the adjustment, or and I blow up my mind about that. So I have to learn more about that. I have to take more webinars about that. I read more books about the digital marketing. Then I remember that I know you the last year, and that's the way that I met you about the IQUIRO and the Career Hostel. I see that you are making this interview, the whole impact that you have in this approach with the people about the social media. So when I start to make when I try to start make the digital marketing right here, I can see the results. So let me tell you two examples about this. When I started here in Chiropractico Toluca in June, we start in June 50, and we have especially 25 first visits in the first week. So I remember when I started my practice, the first practice that I don't have patients for 3 months or 4 months. So I have to maybe, go to take and give the flyers on the street. or maybe I have to call, my friends that I have a new practice, and if you need to come with a chiropractor, I'm here in any city, But when I start to make this digital marketing, I see results. So we are average of new patients right here in Chiropractor Luca, about 90 new visits every month. New visits. So there is a lot of people for a new practice. So I try to approach the Mexican chiropractors to these tools, but I have to say all the time that it's not about to take the money and put on Facebook. You have to have first a philosophy of your brand. You have to make a good experience about how you're working your practice, and then maybe you have to build a community for your practice. So if you ask me if I can start for the first day to make this kind of digital marketing, I say maybe, but if you don't have all the three steps before, maybe you're only gonna spend your money in something that going to take you or bring you people, but you don't have a good result because you don't have maybe the process or business model, or maybe you don't have your philosophy, chiropractic mindset,
Mhm.
So we need to work before in that aspects, and then going to have a digital marketing agency or something like that. So I started a digital marketing agency 2 years ago with a friend that is Saidan Sueta and Edwin Cordero, that is not the Sherman College director. It has the same name here, and is the designer graphic here. And we are working with some clinics here in Mexico. So I really like this part of my life about the social media, and try to help to other clinics about this, because I can help to clinics that maybe they will to close the next month, and we can have a good results, and they keep have the practices. So this is the other part that I work with them, and I try to help the people to have this result that
Well,
we.
listening to you, I'm really proud of you because I know that what you're doing is you're studying how to make other people's lives better. And
Yeah.
it's sometimes bigger than chiropractic when we can bring in uh, marketing that's effective, because now we're making the chiropractors busy. And so many times a chiropractor that doesn't use their hands effectively, they don't know how to make money. They don't know how to serve their community. And like you said, when you actually figure out marketing that does a good job, now you're able to turn the faucet on and the water flows. Sometimes the chiropractor just doesn't know how to turn the faucet on, and then they become upset with practice, and they become upset with business, and they don't know how to be effective as a chiropractor. So I think what you're doing is very important for the chiropractors, Espanol, and being able to create campaigns that draw in people that need care. But you are right on the other side of it as well, that if somebody doesn't have the business model in place, and they don't have the leadership skills of banking, they don't have the leadership skills of brand, then they're not going to be successful with the best ad campaign. So it takes, you have to make sure that all aspects of the marketing are good, but you also have to make sure that all aspects of the branding is solid, and all aspects of philosophy, technique, and the science. So we have to make sure that all the boxes are checked, and that people actually know how to take care of their practice so they can take care of people. So when they do get the amount of 100 new patients a month, they can process them and not burn themselves out. Because that's the other big part about what you're capable of doing, is you can draw in so many people, but what happens when you break the system? What happens when you break the chiropractor? So we have to be very mindful about how effective a campaign can be, because sometimes people can't handle the capacity of so much growth so quickly. Because I'm sure when you were struggling for your first 4 months to get patients handing out flyers, if you were to get 100 people on that next month, it would have probably broken your system. It would have probably, you wouldn't have known how to manage it and handle it. So I think what you have to do long term is understand that when you do make an effective process, that you have to think about the worst case scenario, being too busy.
Exactly, exactly. And I can see that maybe, well, I don't know if you live this in the United States, but right here in Mexico, everybody wants to be in campaigns in Facebook all the time. And but they say I don't have the results, and maybe it's not effective. But I say it's not the campaign. It's about the strategies. It's about the how you are working on in your business. Because if you have new clients, because the campaign to Facebook is effective, maybe you have to know what to run in your business model, your process inside of your business.
Yeah, I think maybe you could share with me some of the people that you look up to in marketing that have maybe taught you some stuff.
Yeah, well, we need to start to share more about this and try to don't forget the other keys that maybe you can conversion to the people to try to share what is exactly what you're doing in your practice, and all that about this is about chiropractic. So you can share about maybe your philosophy, you can share about maybe the adjustment, maybe you can share about the people that they are have miracles in your practice, and you can share maybe the history about the chiropractor is very interesting to the people. So and you have two other keys, and maybe the same go to the friends and the recommendations, go to the and go out to the street and talk about the chiropractic when maybe when you're spine in your back, and go to make screenings, all that stuff that works too. But uh, that's the way that we are trying to help right now with the digital marketing agency. And I hope that the people can understand that this is a good tool to grow up your practice. But don't forget that they have to keep to go to this kind of events about the My High, about the Berkshire, about the Big Idea Mexico, about all kind of sushi. Because if you ask me where we start to change my practice is I remember that Abraham goes to the mile high or the Karisushi, and they come back and he come back to the practice then TJ and say, oh, I listen this and blah blah blah, and all very excited about the experience right there. And I say, oh really? Because I read this in this book, and we share about this and all that. Give us a lot of things, tools to make running in the practice and try to have maybe the result that we have right now. Abraham there in TJ, and today I'm here in Toluca.
Well, as I hear you say these things, it inspires me because there's some people that came before me that I looked up to, that I learned from. And I learned from Matthew Loop. I learned from Ed Osborne. I learned from Chris Burfield. I was watching what others were doing to help more people. And then as I became more integrated into the chiropractic space, I saw other people that nobody knew who they were. Nobody knows some of the names that I know that are out there that are doing chiropractic Facebook ads, that are growing chiropractic. And those are the silent heroes in the profession. And that's why when I started doing the interviews with Chiro Hustle and making the movies, the documentaries, I knew that we could make an impact. And it takes so many different people to stay consistent with the message of chiropractic. Because if we don't do what we do with Chiro Hustle, Ed Osborne doesn't do what he does with the chiropractic philanthropist. Some of these other people like Danny Knowles doesn't do what he does with Mile High. And, Omar Lafram doesn't do what he does with the Big Idea. We are missing opportunities to work together. And I really believe that the unity through diversity, like you'll do something different, I'll do something different, Omar does something different, Ed does something different, Danny does something different, but all in all, we have one North Star. and that's to support chiropractic. And it's important to also learn how to make an income and make money and become successful within that process of supporting chiropractic. So I know what you're doing is so valuable for the chiropractors down there with IQUIRO. And I know what you're doing is so important, building in the community and working with all these amazing chiropractors and keep the message going. I think that's where we really have to pay attention to, is to keep this message going and to stay connected and to build community and to share secrets and to be able to share how we can do things better. And we have to get into the digital age. And if we don't get into the digital age, old school marketing doesn't work either. So we have to understand that you have to go and do the screenings, but you also have to do the Facebook ads. You have to do the community events, but you also have to understand content creation. You have to understand podcasting. There's so many things that we do that we have to do a little bit of each of them, because if you don't pay attention to it, something isn't going to become effective within the marketing paradigm. So events matter, connection matters, chiropractic in Mexico matters, chiropractic in Argentina matters, chiropractic in the States matters, chiropractic in Canada matters. So we all have to start speaking the same language of getting more content out, being more connected, and building bigger movements for the message and the healing art of chiropractic.
And absolutely, I remember that you are trying to working all the time, thinking that you need to help the people. You need to help the people, and it's not only about the patients; it's about the partner, about the other chiropractor that maybe have a lot of practice there. You have to help them to maybe have the same results, because it's the only way that the chiropractor helps around the world. So in this, that I will say is that you are the for me, you are my maybe my best inspiration about this, because I remember when I called you the last year, and when Omar said me that, well, I'm not sure if I want to make this kind of events anymore. And I said, why? Because it's very hard, and I have to spend sometimes my money and all that stuff. And I said, no, I want to talk with the people. I want to share this message that is goes together, go stronger and further. And he said, well, I will make this again, but you have to take here five people from the United States. And I say, well, I don't know how to say this, I don't know how to make this. And I remember, well, I need to find somebody that connect with all the people. And you put me in my head, and I say, well, I need to call with Jim Chester. And I remember that when I have the first call, you say, tell me what you need. And I say, really? Wow. I never expect that answer about you, because I didn't know you in person. I didn't meet you. And I say, well, and you put the five persons right there, and you put the name of the big idea. You say, okay, I will help you, but the only condition is that the event calls the big idea. And I say, don't worry about that, friends. We can make this for you. And I want to tell you, I'm really grateful with you, Jim, because I know that the big idea is exactly what it is, because you put yourself there, and you are a big man here in chiropractic, and I know that the other people that meet you uh, think the same about you. So thank you, Jim, for all your help. And I know that the big idea is not the same if you are not maybe come here the last year. Thank you.
Well, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for the kind words, and for me to bring Ryan Doyle down and to have him speak about mindset and full body health, and for me to bring Dan Lyons down, the master of philosophy, and Heg John, the big personality within chiropractic, to be able to bring some of these great leaders down there with me, and to have them share the stage, and to be able to share a bigger message of chiropractic to the audience down there. I think it was very valuable to the chiropractic community to see some people that would come down there and to explain what drives them so passionate about chiropractic. And to have me be able to be a part of that it was great. And like I said, when you first contacted me, let me know how I can help you. And I value the opportunity to do more with you, and I value the opportunity to help the Mexican chiropractic profession long term. And I know that with you and Omar and some of the other amazing people like Abraham Taedos and Miguel Guevara, that we're going to be able to touch more lives, and we're going to be able to push this profession to the direction that it's supposed to go. And our North Star will always be chiropractic and getting people into offices, but also supporting the profession from inside out. So I know that we're coming up on the edge of our time together today. Is there anything that we didn't talk about that you would like to share with our audience today?
Well, I really want to invite to all the people go to the website that is IQUIROMexico.com. And if they are interested to maybe go to the group to hear the conference that we have there, and all the chiropractors around the world that they want to share something there in the community, they are invited. We have the team that to help to make the Facebook Live, or maybe they have something in Zoom. And right now we have a new member of the team that is a translator. So there is no the age of the language right now there. So we can share everything that they want to share.
Well, Dr. Ruben, I thank you so much for being my guest today on the Cairo Hustle live stream. If you guys are watching this right now and you find some value in what you're seeing, share this please with your page and your community. If you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay in the comments. And if you're watching this and you find some value, just let us know where you guys are watching in from, and comment value hashtag in the comments below. I know that you have a busy day ahead of you working on marketing strategies and learning how to serve more people. So I just want to value your time. And I know that you're going to go out there and do great things. And I just want to say a big hello to your mother. And thank you for being such a great fan of myself and Cairo Hustle. And I'm going to go ahead and close out by saying this. You guys are just one story away. Keep hustling. Thank you, Ruben. I will see you soon, my brother.
My mom is your biggest fan, Jim. See you.
Take care.